it's Christy, and thank you for joining me for day 2, where we're celebrating 14 Days of Love OCC style. Let's start with the scripture verse, which is from Psalm 37, 4 through 5. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in Him, and He will act. Psalm 37, 4 through 5. So Michelle put this together and everything is going to coordinate, so I'm excited to see how it goes. The recipient story today that we're going to be focused on is Maria's story. You spell that, in case you want to look it up on YouTube, M-A-R-I-Y-A, Mariah. It looks like Mariah, but it's Maria. Maria's story from mess to masterpiece. And she tells her story. It is a beautiful testimony where it's called From Mess to Masterpiece for a reason. She was bullied at school. She's from the Ukraine, and she was bullied, she was made fun of, and she was at a time in her life when her parents could not afford art supplies. Normally, she was able to cope using the art supplies, whether it was coloring or painting. She didn't really go into those details, but it was so interesting to me that someone would use art. It's almost like a therapy that she was able to do that. I love it. I think that's a really, really neat to think about how something as simple as art supplies can really help you cope. Well, at the time when her parents were not able to supply art supplies for her anymore, after she asked and they just weren't able to financially, they asked her to pray to God, to ask Him if He would give her the art supplies. So she prayed. She didn't get the art supplies. She was upset about that, and she was having a very difficult time. And that's when the Operation Christmas Child shoebox arrived, and she went to the event to get her shoebox. And inside she described all the different art supplies that were there. That was such a surprise, things that she had never even seen before, like crayons. So the Lord answered her prayers, and what she thought was just a mess of a life really turned into be a masterpiece. So it's a lovely story of how God worked in her life through art supplies. So now that I've told you the story of Maria in Ukraine, can you guess what could possibly be in this package that Michelle sent? I have a guess, but I'm not going to say what it is. Let's see what's inside. She wrapped it up so nice for us, and it's an art kit. Look at that. I was hoping it was an art kit. And it has a tag on it because we're using these for fillers. And you can print out a tag like this if you're making fillers and if you're making art supplies. It says art kit for a 5 to 14-year-old child. We are God's handiwork. There's a rainbow. It's a really colorful tag. And let's see what's inside. It has, well, right away I noticed that there's some paper, which is really nice to include in all of our shoe boxes, but this is special art paper, and I love that. It's special for drawing. And oh, there's some more. This is another, has another spiral scratch note pad with a stick to go with it, and mini colored pencils. That's going to be delightful to the child that receives this. Oh, how nice. This is how to draw a tree. So inside it must have step-by-step, directions on how to draw a tree, and using these pencils that she's included. Lovely. Oh, and here they are. Look at all these pencils. And they're graphite drawing pencils, and they have different numbers on them. So they're not all the same, even though they kind of look the same. They must, that's why you need the directions to help you. It's probably involving shading or something like that. Very nice. And whenever we send pencils, We make sure we send a pencil sharpener that's specific for those pencils, very nice, and a really nice eraser. So that's wonderful, a wonderful filler that a child will get, and we'll trust the Lord to lead the exact child that needs to receive these art supplies and fill up their shoe boxes. I just am always in awe and wonder when I think of the hand of God moving through our fillers, through our shoe boxes, and directing them to just the right child. So that brings us to the end of this shoebox video. I pray that God is blessing you, providing fillers, giving you deals, and really changing your life. If you feel like you're a mess, that you would be able to focus on the Lord, focus on His Word, and really realize that He is making you into a masterpiece. So God bless you. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.